Two Australians will be among the field when the Carrera Cup Asia heads down under later this month. Young gun Mitch Gilbert and Class B driver Pt.3 will both be in action. We caught up with the duo ahead of the trip to Sydney Motorsport Park. Pt.3, one of two Australians in this Carrera Cup Asia field. You've been over here for a couple of years now. Tell us about why you raced in the Asian Championship.
I first came up here in 2008 and in fact Jeff Morgan introduced me to it, and I loved it and sort of did a couple of years then went away for a couple of years and then come back, and in total this is, as I said, the fifth year. The racetracks that we come to are just fantastic. And it's that thing, you know, where you can go away with your wife and she likes to come too, and we go on to other places after this.
Are you surprised there's not a few more Australians in this series?
It's funny actually. You would think there would be a few more, but I guess a lot of guys get really tied up with their business, and I'm kind of at the end where, you know, as far as work's concerned, I can get away, or fortunately I can get away. But yeah, I think that's part of the issue, and I mean, I know a few of the guys back home, and you know, they say exactly that they'd love to do it, but just it's time. And while your Carrera Cup racing's been here, you have done a bit of racing back in Australia. Is it going to give you a bit of an advantage over these boys that you know Sydney Motorsport Park? Yeah, you know, obviously Sydney Motorsport Park, you know, it's my home track, but these guys get onto it pretty quickly, and they'll get the hang of it. I don't think that's going to be much of an advantage at all. What the format there does give is a race solely for the Class B or Challenge drivers. Is that an exciting thing for all you guys that can race then for an outright win? Yeah, I suppose that's a good system. Mitch Gilbert, there's 3 different national flags on your car. Are you an Aussie or what's going on?
Originally, yes. Both my parents are Australian, and I have an Australian passport, but I never lived there, not spent a huge amount of time there at all, and never raced there in my life. So technically, I'm Australian, but I spent most of my time in Malaysia. I was born and raised there, and I'm probably more Malaysian than Australian.
And so you've arrived in Carrera Cup Asia with a lot of experience in open wheel racing, all the way up to Pt.3. Tell us a bit about how your career unfolded.
Yeah, so to be honest, my career was actually going somewhere in the right direction early on. 2011, 2012, I had two really good years in Formula Renault and German F3, and then after that, I just kind of went south when I did European F3 and then GP3. Both years, or the 3 years, just didn't really work out for me, and there's a million reasons why I could tell you. None of them are that pleasant, and I decided I had enough of living in England. It was cold and wet and miserable, and I just wanted to come back home to Asia, and this seemed like the perfect championship to launch my career here.
And this is obviously a sea change with a roof over your head. Is Porsches and GT racing where you want to go now with your career?
When you're on the single-seater ladder, you know early on if you're going to be an F1 driver, and I probably should have realised earlier that I wasn't getting picked up, and I now want to be in GTs, and especially in Asia for now anyway, and it's a lot more fun, it's a lot more enjoyable, and it's a lot less stressful, to be honest.
Is Sydney going to be a good opportunity to benchmark yourself against Australia's best Carrera Cup drivers then as well?
Yeah, like I said, I've never raced in Oz. I've done a bit of stuff with cams, like we did some academy. That's the only time I've ever raced against Australian or competed against an Australian driver properly, and so yeah, it'd be interesting to finally go back home or whatever and see how I go against all the boys there.
The Carrera Cup Australia and Carrera Cup Asia races will take place alongside the Supercars Championship event at Sydney Motorsport Park on August 26 to 28.